Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
First we'll read the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Dhyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Pada Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Ukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Hare Sat Hare Krishna. सभी लोगों का हार्दिक स्वागत है. Everybody is welcome. So those who have the book, they can turn to the page 30, which is this page. Just before the Guru Parampara, we have two shlokas written here. We'll start with that because this was the week when Mokshada Ekadashi or Gita Jayanti, or 5000 years ago Bhagavad Gita was spoken. So we would actually read these two shlokas. So please repeat after me. Very beautiful shlokas. And this is in Gita Mahatmya in chapter number 6. This shloka can be found. Please repeat after me. Sarvo Upanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gitamritam Mahat Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gitamritam Maha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gitamritam Maha. So this shloka is actually talking about the glories of Bhagavad Gita. Why we are talking about glories of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita के बारे में क्यों बोल रहे हैं? क्योंकि because this was the week when Krishna spoke the message to Arjuna 5000 years ago on Mokshada Ekadashi on 11th. And mostly people call it as Gita Jayanti. Of course, this word Jayanti should be only applicable for Lord's appearance. Like only Sri Krishna Jayanti should be called as Krishna Jayanti. Rest every time we can call Mokshada Ekadashi Gita's appearance day. But in the society it is quite common, people call it as Gita Jayanti. But we should try to avoid saying Gita Jayanti, we should call it as Gita's appearance day. Because Jayanti is only used for Krishna's appearance. Not even for Ram, not even for Narsingh, not for anybody else. Only for Krishna. So we can never use these terms for political people. Huh? So this shloka we are going to learn. This is very important. If somebody asks what is so great about Bhagavad Gita, अगर कोई पूछे कि इसमें सबसे प्रमुख क्या है, तो उनको ये श्लोक हम बोल सकते हैं. सर्वो उपनिषदो गावो दुग्धा गोपाल नंदनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर भोक्ता दुग्धम गीतामृतम महत्. It's a very wonderful shloka. What does it say? सर्वो यानी कि सभी, all. सर्वो means all. Upanishado, we know that there are many Upanishads. There are Vedas, the 4 Vedas, and to give commentary on those Vedas, many Upanishads were written. Just like you have a textbook, in that there is a chapter, but to understand the chapter, there will be many notes which will be written. First paragraph, note number 1. Teacher has given extra information about that subject. So that is called as notes. So understanding Vedas is difficult. So Acharyas have written and Upanishads have come which is explaining the Vedas. And there are many Upanishads which is actually explaining about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How many Upanishads? 108 Upanishads and more. Mostly the primary ones, 18 Upanishads are there. But there are many Upanishads. So here in Gita Mahatmya, Lord Shiva is telling Parvati, I would like to tell you, Parvati is saying, how can I understand Gita is very wonderful. So he's saying, Sarvo Upanishado Gav, all the essence of all the Upanishads. Imagine you have the essence of all the notes which are achieved from all the different places, from all teachers. Uska agar सार निकाला जाए, the entire Upanishad का सार अगर निकाला जाए, सर्वो उपनिषदो गाओ धोगदा गोपालनंदनः. So if you understand all the Upanishads, we should understand that all the Upanishads are like a cow. Now there is a comparison which is given. अगर सारे उपनिषद उसका सार जो है, अगर उपनिषदों को गाय की तरह माना जाए, so who is the boy who is taking care of this cow? Gopala Nandanaha. Krishna is the cowherd boy who is taking care of this cow. So what does a cowherd boy do with a cow? He'll feed and he will milk the cow. But before milking the cow, nowadays it's very difficult to tell people that there is a cow and one has to milk the cow. Has anyone seen before milking the cow, दूध रोपण करने से, मतलब कि गाय से दूधारोपण करने से पहले, what do they do?
पानी से अच्छी तरह धोते हैं.
हाँ, they wash the udders of the mother cow, then yes, the first thing is the calf, right? The calf, the little newborn calf, जो बछड़ा है, उसको पहले दूध पीने देते हैं. Why is that? Why is that?
Because that milk belongs to the calf first.
Correct, very correct. Dharmically, absolutely right. Because the mother produces the milk for whom? For the baby. Right? So the calf should have first, and the calf tandurust bane. Or milk jaldi, so matlab it's like a tap. हाँ, first you put it, then it will come quickly. No, जल्दी तो आता ही है, but why? हम सब जानते हैं कि बछड़े को दूध पिलाने से हमारा काम जल्दी हो सकता है, क्योंकि दूध जल्दी आता है, पर क्यों?
वो जो मुंह से खींचते हैं दूध को.
तो मुंह से खींचते हैं, हम भी दूधारोपण कर रहे हैं तो हम भी हाथों से खींचते ही हैं.
Feeding of taking care of cow, that calf.
हाँ.
It is the mother's impression of calf feedings.
Actually what happens is when the calf, जब उसका बछड़ा दूध पीने आता है, the mother is overwhelmed with love. She doesn't hold back. She says, my child is going to drink milk. And all the mothers would know that when the child is coming to drink milk, they give out of full love. Let that particular child be very nice. So the bachda दूध पीने आता है, तो मैया जो है, गाय, गौ माता जो है, she releases all the milk very easily. There is no effort required. She says, oh, now my child is sleeping. Or some people say, oh, नाउ सो क्रूएल्टी, फिर वो बछड़े को हटाकर फिर हम लोग सारा दूध ले जाते हैं. नो, a good person, a good cowherd boy will allow the calf to drink as much as possible, whatever is required. The cow actually produces more milk. If a person takes away the calf very early, even that is considered a sin. One should allow the calf to drink the milk of the mother. ऐसे नहीं कि हमको 4 लीटर चाहिए, उसको 2 ml पिला दो और हम 4 लीटर दूध ले जाए. Nowadays people are doing like that. Nowadays there is no calf, there is only machine, which also sucks the blood into the milk. So it is very, very harmful. So one has to be careful. So cowherd boy is Krishna. And Sarvo Upanishado Gao, the whole Upanishad is considered to be mother cow. So what is the cowherd boy doing? He is allowing the calf to take the milk. Who is the calf? पार्थो वत्स सुधीर भोक्ता. भोग कौन कर रहे हैं? पार्थो. पार्थो means the son of Pritha. The son of Pritha is whom? Pritha is Kunti. Kunti's son is Arjuna. Partho vatsaha. Vatsaha means he is the small calf. He is actually drinking this milk. What is the milk? Dugdam. Doodh. Gita Amritam. This beautiful conversation of Bhagavad Gita is the real milk. Now, is the milk only drunk by the calf? सिर्फ बछड़ा दूध पीता है क्या? हम तक भी दूध आता है ना? Right? After the cowherd boy has taken the milk, he gives it to house by house. He gives to each house, each locality, each person. So we are also drinking the milk which is from the cow called as Upanishads, taken care by Gopala Nandanaha, who is Krishna, and he is first allowing the calf as Arjuna to take the benefit, and rest of the milk, Dugdam Gitamritam Mahat. Mahat means he is giving it to great devotees, learners of Bhagavad Gita, who are learning, who are coming in TCOM classes. This milk is being supplied. So this is the shloka where Lord Shiva is saying, such is the great personality. So we'll repeat that again. So we should learn this shloka during Gita Mahatmaya. What is the glorification of Gita? Sarvo Upanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gitamritam Mahat Sarvo Upanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandanaha Partho Vatsaha Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gitamritam Mahat. Please repeat after me. This Gitopanishad. So this Bhagavad Gita also is called as Gito Upanishad. Though it is coming in Mahabharata and it is coming in the middle of towards the end of Mahabharata when the Yuddha is going on, and in Bhishma Parva. So there also this particular 700 verses out of the 1,25,000 verses of Mahabharata is considered as Gitopanishad. इसको Gitopanishad कहते हैं. So here it says, please repeat after me. This Gitopanishad, Bhagavad Gita, the essence of all Upanishads, is just like a cow. And Lord Krishna, who is famous as a cowherd boy, is milking the cow. Arjuna is just like a calf. And learned scholars and pure devotees are to drink the nectarian milk of Bhagavad Gita. तो गाय उपनिषद है, उसका काउहर्ड बॉय कौन है? कृष्ण है. काफ यानी कि वत्स कौन है? अर्जुन है. और दूध क्या है? भगवत गीता. गान जो भगवान का गान है, गीता है. That is there. So this was spoken 5,000 years ago during Mokshada Ekadashi. And that is the same milk that today also we are learning. अब इसमें मिल्क में कोई बदलाव नहीं आया है, पीएच वैल्यू ऊपर चला गया है, पीएच वैल्यू नीचे चला गया, दूध में कैल्शियम कम हो गया, कैल्शियम बढ़ गया. नो, द सेम मिल्क व्हाट अर्जुना ड्रैंक इज द सेम मिल्क विच इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस. 5000 सालों में there has been not even one addition. It is very important. In milk people do addition. What do they add? What adulteration do they do? Previous times it was water. Nowadays we can't say what all they adulterate. The adulterated water is mixed with adulterated milk to form adulterated pure milk, and then it is sealed and given. So यहाँ पर there is no adulteration. What do you mean by adulteration? यहाँ पर कोई मिलावट नहीं है. मिलावट का मतलब क्या है? ऐसा नहीं कि 5000 साल पहले 702 श्लोक थे और अभी आते आते 2 श्लोक निकल गए, बोले कि इसको चेंज कर दो. नो. 5000 years back when Krishna spoke the Bhagavad Gita, it was 700 shlokas. Even now it is 700 shlokas. There is not going to be another version, Android 18.2, you will have 701 shlokas. No, there is no update. There is no pushing of update like software that there is going to be new shlokas. It's the same 700 shlokas which is coming generations after generation. What does this mean? This means तो लोग बोलेंगे अपडेट होना चाहिए ना. If somebody says, what is the use? You are studying the same thing. आज का सब्जेक्ट जो है कल अप्लीकेबल नहीं है, तो अपडेट होना चाहिए ना. ये क्यों नहीं अपडेट हो रहा है? So what is your answer? Somebody comes and challenges you. You are reading the same 700 which was used in Dwapar Yuga. Now you are in Kali Yuga. How is it applicable? होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए? अभी देखो मैंने घुमा दिया, अभी आपको सोचना है. Now I have twisted the question. If first I said that none of the shlokas have changed, so this is a great quality. Now I am asking, how is it a great quality if somebody comes and questions you that my science textbooks change, my NCERT textbooks change, my school syllabus changes, my salary also changes, my updates happen in the offices, products get updated, everything in this world is updated, right? So why not this book is updated?
It's applicable now also.
Huh?
It's still applicable now.
Old TV also, if you connect, it will work, no? I will give you iPhone 3S. It will work now? Maybe it will work. But you have to update, no? You cannot do WhatsApp, you cannot do Telegram. Huh?
Everything here is limited. It's not limited like Bhagavad Gita.
Everything where is limited?
So in material world, like
Okay.
for a science book, it is limited for that particular year or something. But this Bhagavad Gita is not like that.
Okay. So that's a very good point. That Bhagavad Gita is not limited to a particular country, desha, kala, patra. It is not for a time, etc. It is eternal in nature. The shortest answer is, अगर ये 100% है तो क्या अपडेट करना है? If this is 100%, what is that you need to update? You need to update when you have not reached 100%. Like your battery. You used your battery, it became 40%, then you need to charge so that it becomes 100%. If it is 100%, will you keep charging? No. If you try to update, it will become bad. So, Bhagavad Gita in these 700 shlokas, all knowledge, Sarvo Upanishado Gao. All essence of Upanishads is there in Bhagavad Gita. So, if it is 100%, there is no need of addition, no need of deletion. So, that is why these 700 shlokas are as it is. And that is why the name of the book is Bhagavad Gita as it is. So everything is connected. We have to understand that all of these things, because people will ask questions, and we as students of Bhagavad Gita, we should be able to defend. भगवत गीता के ऊपर बहुत सारे लोग चर्चा करेंगे, सवाल उठाएंगे कि ऐसा क्यों नहीं, और हमें वो सारे सवालों का जवाब देना चाहिए. So Krishna is giving this knowledge to Arjuna in the 2nd chapter. And we are at the 12th verse. The 12th verse last time we saw this verse, and this verse was, we started discussing about spirit, soul and the body. We will read the shloka again, and then we will delve today a little bit more deeper into this verse. Please repeat after me. Natvevaham jatunasam
Natvevam jatunasam
natvam neme janadipah
natvam neme janadipa
nachaiva na bhavishyamaha
nachaiva na bhavishyama
sarve vayam atah param
sarve vayam atah param
natvevaham jatunasam
natvevam jatunasam
natvam neme janadipah
natvam neme janadipa
nachaiva na bhavishyamaha
nachaiva na bhavishyama
sarve vayam atah param.
sarve vayam atah param.
Translation. Please repeat after me. Never was there a time
Never was there a time
when I did not exist,
when I did not exist,
nor you,
nor you,
nor all these kings,
nor all these kings,
nor in the future
nor in the future
shall any of us cease to be.
shall any of us cease to be.
हिंदी में अनुवाद पढ़िए माता जी.
ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ कि मैं ना रहा हूँ या तुम ना रहे हो, अथवा ये समस्त राजा ना रहे हो, और ऐसा ना कि भविष्य में हम लोग नहीं रहेंगे. ऐसा है कि भविष्य में हम लोग नहीं रहेंगे.
हाँ. So Krishna is saying, last time we read that we are talking about the soul. And what is the quality of the soul that we are talking about?
Eternal.
Very good. Eternal. इसको हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं? शाश्वत. यानी कि इसका कभी नाश नहीं होता. So this is the quality that we learnt last time. Eternal. That it is always there. Now I am going to put in front of you some popular concepts जो रोज की जिंदगी में आपसे लोग बोलते रहते हैं. I'm going to put in front of you some popular concepts spoken in your day-to-day life by many people. And I want you to give your opinion based on this verse, what Krishna has given today. Neither there was a time when you did not exist, neither I, and neither there will be a time when I will not exist and neither you. That means you have existed in the past, I have also existed in the past. You will exist in the future, I will also exist in the future. This is what Krishna is saying. Now I'm going to put some popular concepts in front of you. Each one of you have to give their opinions. Their opinion. ये आपने सुना होगा. And when you hear these concepts, you will remember, this person, that person has told me. Okay. So now, person number one. Let's say your neighbor comes one day in your house and says, you know what? This is God. And this is you. This is God. The bigger circle that you see is God. And we are the smaller circle. One day, when our body gets destroyed, you become God. सुना है ना? कभी सुना है ऐसा वर्जन?
ऐसा नेबर आया ही नहीं.
ऐसा बनाया नहीं.
नेबर आया
मगर हमको सब बेवकूफ बनाया. Right? But tell me, this is how it is. God is here. God is great. Yes. We are great? No, we are small. So we are small. भगवान अगर बड़े वाले आकार हैं तो हम उसके अंदर छोटे आकार हैं. जब हमारी मृत्यु होगी तो हम रियलाइज करेंगे कि हम ही भगवान हैं. हाँ कोई तो बोला, क्या बोला? अहम ब्रह्मास्मि, मैं ही ब्रह्मास्मि. तो अब क्या हुआ? अब थोड़ा भूल गया. I have forgotten now. But when I will remember, I am God. Now, somebody comes and tells you, this is Bhagavad Gita. Correct or wrong?
Wrong.
हाँ बोल रहे wrong. कैसे? How will you prove?
No, because soul, I think we discussed this, right? Body plus soul is living.
So,
Body minus soul is dead.
so I'm saying your soul was living in the circle.
God is within us always, right? This was
हाँ,
me telling.
perfect. प्रभु जी बहुत अच्छा बोल रहे हैं. God is within us. मैं भी तो यही बोल रहा हूँ. God is within us. When you die, you are God.
Why should I go again? I'm already it is within, right?
हाँ, so you are God now also.
Correct.
Correct, I'm God.
नहीं, हमारा तो पुनर्जन्म होएगा.
हाँ?
कर्म के हिसाब से पुनर्जन्म होगा. हम गॉड कैसे हो सकते हैं?
अरे मोक्ष वही है जब हमारा पुनर्जन्म नहीं होगा हम समझ जाएंगे कि हम ही भगवान हैं. नो क्यों? आप ना सब लोग बोल रहे कुछ तो खराबी है इसमें. व्हाट इज रॉन्ग? यू हैव टू टेल मी व्हाट इज रॉन्ग. गलती क्या है?
कर्म के हिसाब से.
अभी सब कर्म कर लिया. अभी हमें ये शरीर मिला है. वी आर इन दिस बॉडी. This is you. I am living in TCOM. I am living in Dubai. I am working in so and so. I am doing this. I am doing that. The day you die and you understand you are God, your memory comes back and you understand that you are God.
No, you cannot. After you die, it depends on what you remember last, right? So you
I
cannot-
remember I am God.
Now you may go to the next.
I go to next another
Body.
God and another circle.
Another body and another.
What is the point? I understand that I am God.
We don't have six
Like
qualities.
Huh?
Six qualities.
We don't have. Very good. That is one way of saying. अगर आपके पास God है तो आपके पास all the six qualities. What are the six qualities? Very nice point. He said.
Wealth, beauty.
All wealth, not only wealth. We also have some wealth. In our Batua also we have some wealth. But all wealth and all beauty, all strength, all everything, all those six qualities we will also get. ये 6 क्वालिटी मिलेगा नहीं. तो जी आपको पता नहीं है. जब आप जाओगे ना आपको पता लग जाएगा. अभी आपको याद नहीं है. Now you are not remembering it. That's when you use the shloka. Please read the shloka again and try to find the argument from this same shloka. Anybody can read the shloka's translation?
Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
Different souls.
So that means what he's saying, never was. ऐसा कभी नहीं था जब मैं नहीं था और आप नहीं थे. That means there was never a time that when you cease to exist. There was never a time, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपका जीना बंद हो गया. There was never a time that you stopped living and you suddenly became God. There was never a time. There was always a time that I am God and you are also there. In the future also, I will be there. You will be there. Your form might be different because of the body you take. You understand what I'm trying to say? I'll say it again. ऐसा कभी नहीं था कि भगवान नहीं थे और हम भी नहीं थे. ऐसा कभी तो हुआ नहीं. That means both the circles are not there. This was not possible. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita here. ऐसा नहीं था कि बड़ा सर्कल है छोटा सर्कल नहीं है. That means we are not there. Krishna was there. ऐसा भी नहीं था. ना पहले था और ऐसा होगा भी नहीं. He's saying neither in the past it was like that, neither in the future it will be like that. Right? So that means these two circles, or in our case, God and us are both eternal. So first philosophy, whoever comes and says कि आप भूल गए हो, when this finishes, प्रभु जी मिटाओ मत, ये मिटा नहीं सकते. इस सर्कल के अंदर हम आदमी बन सकते हैं. इस यानी कि दिस सर्कल इज एक्चुअली व्हाट? सोल. दिस सर्कल कैन नॉट बी इरेस्ड. इट इज eternal. It will be always there. You get a body, different body. You can take a tiger, you can take an elephant, you can take an animal, you can take an ant, you can take a cockroach, you can take a plant, you can take a tree inside the circle. That means as a spirit soul. But this circle will always
Be there.
remain.
So what will be the moksha state?
Very good, very correct. So now, first let's try to understand, then we'll go to the moksha state. The moksha state means when you understand that you are part and parcel of this bigger circle. When you understand that you are nothing but you have qualitatively, you have things of the Lord. For example, I'll give you a simple example. We have seen this example. There is a big ocean, and this ocean has water. Okay, this is an ocean. Imagine this is a ocean. इस ओशन से we take a bottle of water. इसी से पानी निकालते हैं. We take a bottle of water from this ocean. What's the difference between this water and this water?
Quality is same, quantity is different.
Quality is same. This is also salt water. This is also salt water. पानी के bottle में what the water is, you have taken it from the ocean. So the water in the bottle is also salt water. नमकीन पानी ही है. And the water in the ocean is also नमकीन. तो ये पानी का bottle से अगर इसमें पानी डाल देंगे तो दोनों सेम हुआ ना? नहीं. अरे प्रभु जी इधर से ही पानी उठाया, उधर से ही पानी डाला तो दोनों सेम हुआ ना? So that means, is it same? No. Qualitatively both are same. That means दोनों नमकीन पानी है. मगर इसमें आप एक जहाज डाल सकते हैं क्या? Can you put a ship in this bottle of water? No. Can you put a ship in the ocean? Yes. So quantity of water is different. Similarly, qualitatively we are the same. Spirit soul is same as God. Like he is also Sat Chit Ananda. We are also Sat Chit Ananda. But quantity of Sat, quantity of Chit, quantity of Ananda is greater for the Supreme Lord. We understand this? Right? When we understand this in totality, that is liberation. That we go and we are like this only, even in the spiritual world, and we are existing in the service of the Lord. That means God is there, I am there. Liberation means I leave this material world and I remain as a spirit soul with a spiritual body existing to serve the Lord. That is liberation. ऐसा नहीं होता कि मैं भगवान बन जाता हूं and I have to serve myself. No, this is not the concept. You understanding what I'm trying to say? Make sense? Yes.
So which means the cycle of having a different body, which usually we say that there are 84 lakhs.
Correct.
That will continue. That cannot end.
No.
At any point.
The 84 lakh species of body, cockroach, animal, turtle, tortoise, plants, animals, aquatics, beasts, birds, all these bodies constitute 84 lakh different species. This is all in this world. As long as still we are not liberated, we have to go through this cycle, and on top of the cycle is human birth. सिर्फ मनुष्य जन्म में ये हम जान सकते हैं कि ये 84 लाख योनियां हैं. We can understand that there are 84 lakh species only in the human form of birth. What is liberation? When we understand we are not these 84 lakh different kinds of body, we are spirit soul, which is always existing, like how Krishna is saying, I existed before, I am going to exist in the future also. Now I am just in a different body. I am right now in the body of Arjuna. I am right now in the body of Bhishma. I am right now in the body of Drona. But the day I understand I am not these different bodies, I am not these different bodies of 84 lakh species, I am part of Krishna. I am actually qualitatively a part of Krishna. And after leaving this body, when I have this understanding, then I go back to Krishna. But I don't become Krishna. Please understand. I go back to Krishna. But I don't become Krishna, which many people say. आप जब आपकी मृत्यु हो जाएगी तो आप भगवान बन गए. This is a very subtle concept, but there is a whole philosophy behind it. So liberation means I understand that I am part and parcel of Krishna and I am supposed to serve Krishna. This is liberation.
So this is what is called Brahmaleen.
No. The first one which I said, that which you actually wipe out the circle and say Brahmaleen, that means you will merge into, that was my second popular concept. The second popular concept was everything is light and after death you will merge into the light. ये कितनी बार सुना है? बहुत बार सुना है. Everybody, कौन सा light? Tube light, halogen light, which light? This also happens. This is called as Brahmaleen, which is there. But there, we will learn as we go. Krishna will explain that why that is not considered superior. Because people can come back from there also. So it is not considered as liberation. So right now, from this shloka, we understand that spirit soul is eternal. Hamesha hai. Anybody has any doubts, please ask. Because it's a little confusing concept. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Yes.
I understand that.
Yeah.
When you say we go to Krishna, but we don't become Krishna.
Correct.
We go to Krishna in what form? Because we are not
Very good.
following that 84 lakh species.
Correct.
cycle. So,
So
how
let me draw it and show it to you. Right now, this is in the earth. So there are two planes. Let's say this is earthly plane and this is the spiritual plane. That is Krishna's world. Okay? Mataji's question is, when we get liberation, what happens to us? What body do we get? Are we in the 84 lakh species or what? So we are talking now in earth. That means we are not in the spiritual world. Krishna has come from the spiritual world to earth. He is as Krishna in Mathura, Vrindavan, etc. And we are living also in Dubai, this, that, etc. So we are having our individual identity. One might be cockroach, one might be human, one might be plant, many others. Right? When we are liberated, Krishna is here as well. He can simultaneously exist here and here. Krishna is here as well. When we go back, we get a spiritual body which is not going to die. We also get 2 hands, 2 legs, but those will not have the same property as the material body, which is Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. We get birth, we get death, we get old age and disease. These 4 things are not here. So we get a body which is suitable for spiritual life. Just like when you go to a different planet or say moon, you have to wear an astronaut suit so that you can feel the oxygen, you can take the oxygen because you are comfortable in that environment. Similarly, when we go to the spiritual world, the spirit is the same, the soul is the same. The soul does not die, but you take a spiritual body. Make sense? It is not in the same 84 lakh species because these 84 lakh species can be born, die, they have disease, they have death, they have old age. These 4 things are not there in the spiritual world. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi is not there. So we get a spiritual body and we serve Krishna in a spiritual way.
Prabhuji, how we will get that body? Means like in living in earth, we have a like phenomena to get a birth, like that wise, and that time passed, we will grow up. So after this death, suddenly it will become like a spiritual body, or how it will?
Very good question. So how will we get this body? Based on our consciousness. So Krishna says, Anta kale cha mam nityam. When you go ahead in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, at the last minute, whatever you think, you will attain that form. At the death, somebody is thinking a tiger's body. Right? But why will you think a tiger's body? Who will think about a tiger at the time of death? If a tiger is approaching to kill you, what will you be thinking? You will not be thinking Srinathji, or you will not be thinking a tiger is coming, tiger is coming, tiger is coming, tiger. Next time you are tiger. Right? But why? Why would somebody think about a tiger? So Krishna also explains. For example, he gives nice examples of how our consciousness is at the end of death. Somebody who would like to sleep all day. 24 घंटे में से 22 घंटे सोने का ही मन करता है. उठो, खाना खाओ, सो जाओ. We can find many people, right? They don't know when the sun has risen and the sun has set. When they open their eyes, sun has risen. When they close their eyes, sun has set. There are many people who would like to just sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. Krishna is saying, as a human body, मनुष्य के शरीर में सिर्फ 6 घंटा या मैक्सिमम 8 घंटा सोना है, मैक्सिमम 8 घंटा, और वो भी बहुत थकान हो और बहुत ही परिश्रम कर लिया, जैसे कि बुर्ज खलीफा बना के घर पे आए हैं, तो यू कैन स्लीप सम 10 hours, और सम हिल्स यू हैव क्लाइम्ड अप एंड डाउन, यू कैन स्लीप सम एक्स्ट्रा hours, बट मिनिमम रिक्वायर्ड स्लीप इज 6 hours. पर कुछ लोग हैं कि 6 घंटे ही जागे रहते हैं. They are only awake for 6 hours. Rest 18 hours they are asleep. Krishna says this body is not meant for this. So what should we do? He says, next life I'll give you a body where you can sleep very nicely. You become a polar bear. 6 months you sleep. No disturbance. Hey, this is unfair. Krishna is punishing me. No, Krishna is being very grateful to us. In this lifetime you cannot do.
लेकिन बोलते हैं मनुष्य जोनी से फिर पशु पक्षी की जोनी में जाते हैं।
बिल्कुल जाते हैं। ऐसे
मतलब बहुत वो
पशु पक्षी क्या, मैं दूसरा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. Krishna says, and I'll show you the photograph. It is there in our Bhagavad Gita. Another person, best is Bollywood. Bollywood heroes and heroines. If they come and ask, next life मैं क्या बनूंगा प्रभु जी, I can tell them very clearly today what they will become. They'll become trees and plants in Amazon forest. पेड़ पत्ते क्यों बनूंगा? Because what are they interested in? Not wearing clothes, always being naked on the screen. This is Bollywood for you. So Krishna is saying, human life, you should wear clothes and you should be proper. But if somebody wants to be just naked on the screen and show themselves, they say, I'll give you a better life. Trees, do they have clothes? पेड़ को आज लुई विटॉन पहनाना है, कोई जाता है? Today I have to dress you up in very nice Gucci and Flora. No, they have flora and fauna, but they don't have Gucci and Flora. No. So the पेड़ हर काल में, हर ऋतु में, every season, they are just like that, standing there, completely naked. So he said, you take such a lifetime. So those who like to not wear clothes, they like to be always naked. There are nude beaches and many others in foreign countries. They say, okay, you take a life, because their consciousness is that. They'll always think about that consciousness. Third, if one is always eating meat, always engaging in eating meat, our body is not suitable to eat meat. So if one is always eating meat, he's saying, don't worry. Next lifetime, I will give you a better, sophisticated, simpler system which will allow you to eat meat. Tiger, lion, hyenas. Oh, Prabhuji, this is too cruel. You are actually speaking against those people who are eating meat. I'm sorry, I'm speaking the truth. This is what Krishna says. Anta kale cha mam nityam. Whatever we think of, we become that. Somebody who is always interested in their hairstyle. Oh, this hairstyle, that hairstyle, this hair product, that hair product. Next lifetime, you become the bug in the hair. Stay there. 24 hours, stay there. You want the hair, you stay there. This is Krishna's arrangement. Because what are we thinking? Oh, even while I'm dying, is my hair colored? If you think like that, what are you going to get next lifetime? You're going to get a bug. Once a person asked, a very good friend of mine, he asked this question. So Prabhuji, you are saying that everybody who is eating meat will take the form of a lion or a tiger. But Prabhuji, tigers are only 4,000 in number. So matlab there are less meat eaters in the world? No. What is the answer? Multivitamins, what? Yes, I know you know the answer. I know. Let me ask others. Yes? 4,000, 4,000 ही है ना. अभी तो कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हम टाइगर और आए.
Other animals, right? There are other animals than lion and tiger.
But somebody, suppose 4,000 people से ज़्यादा लोग तो सोच रहे होंगे कि मैं टाइगर बनूँ अगले लाइफ में. क्या बढ़िया है. Nobody will attack us. Modi will give special permission. I can move anywhere. Even today, even in Gujarat, when the Gir lions come outside, nobody is supposed to do anything. They wait till the lions go and then they cross the road. Why? Because you cannot do anything to the lion. People will be like, this is good, yeah. No software, no swiping in, no swipe out, no salary. I am enjoying my life. So generally there are more than 4,000 people who are thinking how to become lions and tigers next life. But there are only 4,000. So how can you say everybody will become a tiger? All meat eaters will become tiger. How can you say? There are only 4,000. What is the answer?
So there are a lot of microorganisms which are living on the meat body.
Exactly. When you see National Geographic, when a tiger eats the meat of a buffalo or anything, see how many flies are there. I went to Kenya. When I went on a safari, I saw a pride of lions eating a buffalo. And I was just wondering how many flies, मक्खियां कितनी हैं उनके आजू बाजू में. Every lion's mouth is covered with 200 flies. So one can become a fly and be on the meat. Because one is thinking constantly of the meat. It might sound very harsh what I am saying, but it is the truth. Krishna says, what you think of. So to answer your question, Piyush Prabhu, so what we think of at the time of death, we get that body. So at the time of death, if we think about Krishna, if we think about serving Krishna, we get a spiritual body. So what is enabling us? Consciousness. हमारी सोच, हमारी चेतना हमको दूसरा शरीर लेने में विवश करती है. So how do we develop our consciousness? Full day Netflix, you are in the net and Krishna will flick.
As you said, at the time of death, whatever we think.
Yes.
And what about the karma? How we will differentiate both?
Karma, you are
We
active.
are doing
Very
very good
good.
karma every time. At the time of death, some
You think Krishna will go to
tiger is coming.
हाँ.
So we will think
So
of
we can eat
tiger.
all the meat and think Krishna and go to Krishna.
Very good. प्रभु जी का कितना सही सवाल है. I like such questions. प्रभु जी ये तो चीटिंग हो गया मेरे साथ.
कृष्णा का नाम
हाँ?
ले करके फिर
बचपन से I am doing Krishna consciousness. My consciousness is perfect. But at the end, I was supposed to die by a tiger. So I thought about tiger.
No, other way also.
And it can be vice versa also.
Vice versa is?
Exactly.
I have been thinking. Very good. Thank you so much. Such a nice. I like such question. Thank you for asking. The other way also. Whole time I am thinking tiger. And then, first and foremost, let us see the possibility of this.
Yes.
Let's see the possibility of this.
See, sir, excuse me.
Ah.
So this whole life we are thinking about tag and all in the last moment.
Ah.
We'll think about the Narayana.
Yeah.
But that also doesn't happen for that also. Grace will be there because in that situation,
Ah.
if the whole time we are just thinking about
So he-
evils and all,
Correct.
that we can't do
Exactly. So
on that moment.
that is exactly correct.
It will be accounted for next life.
Next life also it will be accounted. So let's find out. Let's take one case at a time. First case. पूरा जिंदगी अच्छा काम किया. I have done all good activities throughout my life. And at the end, I said tiger. Because tiger was attacking me. Then what happens? First and foremost, when you have done all the good work, the next life that you get, right? Of course, this is not very easy as a calculation. Krishna will decide. If you have done all this karma very nicely, spiritual, you have come to the classes, taken prasad, done chanting, everything. If you have done all these things, it is natural that you will not say tiger at the end. For example, every time you slip and fall, you say, Mummy, and you slip and fall. Even after your mother has died, even at the age of 70, when you slip and fall, what will you say? Mummy. Mummy is where Mummy went 30 years back. She also slipped and fell. Right? She went. But 70 साल में हम क्या बोलेंगे? मम्मी, अरे माँ, घुटने दुख रहे हैं. Right? मैया है या नहीं है? But if you say, for example, right from childhood when you fall, Krishna. So when tiger comes, what will you say? Krishna. A gymnast. We send our children to learn everything in schools and colleges, right? What does the teacher tell you? If you are a gymnast or if you are in sports, do this sport nicely. Practice, 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 practice. Because when you come across the match situation, the same situation comes, you hit a goal. Correct? But what has made you hit that goal? That? Practice. But प्रभु जी कैसे ना कैसे मेरे मुंह से टाइगर ही निकला. Don't worry, we have some more purification to go. All these good qualities are taken in the next lifetime and you are given a better position to remember Krishna at the end of life. You don't start from zero again. You start from where you have left. That means यहाँ पर आपने क्या किया है? यहाँ पर आप बोल रहे हैं कि मैंने सारा अच्छा काम किया है. So let's say 98% you have done good work. और लास्ट में टाइगर के बारे में सोचा 2% I have failed. So next life you will start where? 98%. And you will maybe 2% 14 साल तक achieve कर लोगे. Then we see small children also dying very quickly. So they have achieved what they want to achieve. 2% they have achieved, they go back. You understand what I'm trying to say? You don't start again इधर से वापस zero से, no. Where you finish, the good activities, you start from there. Now let us see the other scenario. Other scenario क्या है? प्रभु जी जिंदगी भर टाइगर, लास्ट में कृष्णा, ये भी कैसे आएगा महाराज? How will this come? Whole day I am thinking Netflix, 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 Netflix. एग्जाम में क्या, मैथ्स का एग्जाम का पेपर का आंसर आएगा? Just before writing my maths exam paper, if I have watched all series and not studied, will I get maths exam answer on the examination day? No. Unless you copy, you will not get. Right? It is not possible. But even if somebody does like this, it is special grace of Krishna, which has no cause. इसका कोई कारण नहीं है. It's called causeless. Causeless means lucky, bumper lottery. You know how it happens? I'll give you a practical example how it happens. It's a very funny story. But this happens. Both these conditions happen. There was a boy in Germany. He used to play a video game. In that video game, the video game was very funny. It's called as Grand Theft Auto, GTA. So it's a very popular video game. उस video game में he used to play, and there is a section in the video game जहाँ पे Hare Krishna devotees are doing kirtan in the video game. I'm not joking. There is this video game has, because we do Nam Sankirtan at the streets. So there is a group of devotees. The software, the game provider has made Hare Krishna. When you drive your car around and you can see these Hare Krishna devotees in saffron robes with mridang doing Hare Krishna. Yes. The game developer has made it so that if you take your car and run over these devotees, you get 6,000 points. मतलब डिवोटी को अगर आप गेम में मारोगे तो आपको कितना पॉइंट मिलेगा? 6,000. Because it's a game about crimes. But that is not the most important thing. When you run over these devotees in the game will show a message on the screen as if you have done a great job. It will say Gauranga. Gauranga is Lord Chaitanya's name. So this boy wanted to get 6,000 points. He was just 16 years old. He used to always play this game. इसने कभी दुनिया नहीं देखा. So ये हमेशा ये गेम खेलता था और जहाँ पे भी devotees दिखे, हरे कृष्णा वाले devotees दिखे, he will run his car on top of the devotees and he will get on the screen Gauranga. And when Gauranga comes, he will also shout Gauranga, Gauranga. This was going on for 1-2 years. Afterwards, there was a global video game competition in a different city. So he went to the airport. Airport mein he literally saw ISKCON devotees doing kirtan. Real life mein. He thought they are also going for the same competition. Dressed. And what were they singing? They were singing Gauranga, Gauranga. He thought, these people also play the game. Gauranga, Gauranga. He went up to them. He said, Gauranga? They also said, Gauranga. He said, Acha, you also play the game? No, devotees are confused. Which game is he talking about? अब devotee को क्या है कि ये ना क्या ना प्रकार है ना किसी प्रकार से कोई आया तो भगवत गीता ले और चले जाओ. हाँ गौरव, हाँ, we also play the game. In material world, we are playing a game. He is talking about video game. They are talking about the lives game. So they said Gauranga, Gauranga. What is this Gauranga? Oh, have you also got 6,000 points? What 6,000 points? He said all the answers are there in this book. Oh, is this that book about the game Gauranga, how it came? उसको लगा वीडियो गेम के बारे में सारा information है इसमें. He took the book. He understood what this is. He filed a case against the game developers. That how atrocious. He learned the Bhagavad Gita. Today he is chanting 16 rounds. Now this is exactly the other case. The whole life he has been thinking about video game. But how did he get at the end? He get Krishna by devotees. But devotees were carrying Krishna all throughout. They were in the first category. You understand what I'm trying to say? Only when you get connected to such people, you can get the second scenario. So coming to satsang, coming with devotees who are constantly thinking about Krishna is not an easy task. Regular attendance in this program, don't think that it is only by our effort. It's a great, grateful thing that Krishna makes us do, because each one of us is trying to develop our consciousness to be always with Krishna. So it's not an easy task. If we are regular in classes, that means Krishna is helping us to grow. Because Krishna is helping our consciousness to be always associated with Krishna. प्रभु जी, इसका मतलब है कि हमको कोई फन ही नहीं रहेगा. There will be no fun. I am always thinking about Krishna. No. When you are doing your activities, you can think about Krishna. If you are going for a hike, you can see Krishna's beauty in the mountains, in the flora, in the fauna, in the river, and you can appreciate Krishna in nature. If you are making Rangoli classes, if you are learning Rangoli, you can say all these patterns, dimensions are given by Krishna. If you are learning music, you can utilize, like how in Kirtan Rasa, we can utilize for Krishna. In every activity we do, we can remember Krishna, by which we are developing our consciousness. हमारी चेतना को हम develop कर रहे हैं. That is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Never was a time when you will not exist. Never was a time when I did not exist. Now, these kings जिसको तुम मारोगे, they will also exist. So what are you worrying about killing them? Do your duty and do it for me. Pick up your weapon and fight. This is Krishna. Yes.
Is it only Krishna or any form of God we think we will get the same benefits?
Very good question. Is it Krishna only, or there can be, we can think about many others like Lord Shiva, many others? It is for the sake of liberation. How do we say liberation? When we move out from this material world and go to the spiritual world. Liberation is given only by Vishnu or Krishna. Because only Krishna says, Mam upetyantu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Only when you come to me, Arjuna, you will not come back to this world. Punarjanma na vidyate. You will not have a repeated birth and death.
But हमने पहले किसी क्लास में डिस्कस किया था कि किसी भी देव देवता पूछते हैं, जैसे आपने बताया था all river waterfalls and
Correct. Keshavam prati gacchate. That we spoke for salutations. किसी भी देवी देवता को हम अगर भेंट चढ़ाते हैं या भोग चढ़ाते हैं, we offer some articles of worship, but ultimate sanctioner is whom? It is Krishna. He will sanction through that. For example, you want to write an application to the local ward to create the road very nicely. That application might go to higher authorities and might get signed by the supreme person who is the supreme president of this particular nation. But execution will be done by the local ward. But permission has to come from the top. But intelligent person is one who will directly approach the supreme person. If you have connection with the topmost person, will you go to each and every local ward? No. This is what Krishna says. Avajananti mahamudaha. If you have access to me, why would you need to go to each and every person? So the answer to that question is, Krishna is the provider of liberation or moksha. Krishna is the one who ensures that we don't come back to this world. So he is the one. So other demigods, we do respect them. It's not that we don't respect them. They are there for a specific purpose. They are executors of Krishna's will across the universe. So if we see Ganesh, we should pay obeisances. If we see Lord Shiva, he is the greatest devotee of Krishna, so we should pay obeisances. We should not disrespect others to say, oh Ganesh, oh Shiva, oh Kartikeya, no. Oh Durga, no. They are all for a specific purpose. But we understanding of Bhagavad Gita is, when we reach 11th chapter, Krishna will say, opulence of the absolute. How I am the absolute, how I am different from everybody. That is 11th chapter. We are going to come. Same question Arjuna will ask. Why can't I approach others? Why should I approach you? Then he is going to show the Virat Roop. He is going to show the universal form. He is going to say how I am the greatest of the great. Oh, Krishna is very marketing himself, but Krishna is telling the truth. So that is why Bhagavad Gita we learn systematically. But the answer to that question is, yes, we pay respect to all, but Krishna is the sanctioner. And hence we go to the ultimate person. Correct. The ultimate goal is to go to the spiritual world, which is Golok Dham, which is Krishna. That chart will help us explain that. Okay, we stop here. Any other questions, clarifications, comments, feedbacks?
One last.
Yes.
In the initial time you said Jayanti should always be used for Krishna only. So we never say Shiv Jayanti, we never say Ram Jayanti.
No.
But Hanuman Jayanti always say.
It is a local popular way of saying. People have added these words. People even say Gandhi Jayanti.
Yeah.
It's an incorrect usage. It should not be used. Jayanti is only for the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So the term
Jayanti.
means the birthday.
Yes, the day he appeared. And that day, Jayanti also means he is simultaneously capable to appear at many places. Nobody else can do that. Gandhi definitely cannot do that. So that is why we should be very careful. That even Gita, which is spoken by him, we generally don't, we should avoid saying Gita Jayanti. We should say Gita Mahotsav, or we should say Mokshada Ekadashi. Yeah, the advent of Bhagavad Gita. Like that we can say.
But it becomes so difficult to make everybody understand because these days people use the word and they just go Google the meaning and then start applying.
So awareness is very
Yeah,
important.
Awareness is not.
Problem is many of them